has your marketing kept up with the adoption of seniors in technology? And about 50% of your total inquiries should be coming from online channels. So 67% of them are going online. Of those that go online, 75% of them are doing it daily. Mobile is becoming a huge traffic driver, not only for the adult child influencers, but also for our seniors in the space. Again, our website is going to be typically the first impression that any potential resident, their loved one, or the family has of our brand. How do we connect with the digital savvy senior? Again, the first piece, Patrick, is that technical SEO. So, really capturing seniors that are out there searching with intent. Robots.txt is basically how you tell a search engine what pages you don't want them on and pages you don't want indexed. And we had a client partner that had great location pages built out. They have about 50 locations actually here in Northeast Ohio. And unfortunately, their dev partner didn't actually unblock the location pages. So they had spent about 3 or 4 months waiting for SEO rankings to show up because they built and spent a lot of money on these location pages and make sure that all of the pages that should be indexed are. So schema is essentially a code that none of your users are going to see. Nobody even is going to know that it's there. It's just on the back end of your website, but it couldn't be more important, and it couldn't be one of the most underutilized tactics. If you don't have schema, they're still guessing with a high level of certainty, but it's still a guess. The crazy thing, Patrick, is that you can wrap everything in schema. You can wrap videos, reviews, events, your name, address, phone number, your hours of operation. And here's one of the cool things that can happen. We know that events are the lifeblood for a lot of our communities. It's how they drive a lot of local traffic. They drive a lot of local PR through these events. And when you wrap your event in schema, you can see here on the left-hand side, it will actually pull the date and the day, as well as the name, Sweet Reminders at Marion Village, into the search engine results page. Now, a lot of times we talk about what are some of the most important ranking factors for Google. The top ranking factor is your link signals or your domain authority, as well as the quantity and quality of your inbound links. And making sure that you keep that domain authority, because that is the toughest metric to build and really gain with Google. Once we have a good domain authority and we end up, say, changing URLs, or say we acquire another company and want to redirect their website into ours, how do we do that effectively without losing that domain authority that we've built through with Google? And that's by setting up redirects and ghost pages. I always say, take a look at some of the leaders in the space. Brookdale has thousands of locations. They don't have thousands of websites. They have, one single website with a bunch of location pages, and because there's SEO value there. How do you get the phone to ring, and how do we get people on site? I hear it all the time from our partners. What we want to do is continue to provide that frictionless contact information by really organizing the site in a way that's super user-friendly. So each one of these communities has their own section. So they almost have, a full microsite underneath the corporate, kind of URL. And each one of those pages is set up to rank well in their actual market. How do we continue to compete without stealing or, kind of competing against ourselves? And so we do that by having very specific location pages that make it super easy for a user to actually get driven deeper into our site. But you have to do some research first, Patrick. You have to know what the search demand is. So what's the search volume? Is it a keyword that 10 people search a month or 10,000? Can I compete for that word? Does aplaceformom.com already own that keyword? So it's really about trying to identify which ones are most relevant to your business that you can compete for, and then tracking that against your baseline. And conversely, just because you have, a 1, 2, or 3 ranking doesn't mean you don't need to protect that ranking. Everyone's out there shooting for one of the top 3 rankings, and it's a constant up and down battle with new players coming into your markets via new builds, acquisitions, consolidations. The search market place is always changing. There's a lot of really great ways to gain, first page rankings. And, I think if you really take a deep dive into content and how it supports SEO and how really creating optimized blog posts that are really running side by side and helping support SEO and being fueled back and forth based on your learnings from your SEO program is a great way to compete with national players in your local market. So if you have a strong technical SEO foundation, if you have your local listings claimed and managed and optimized and above 80-85% complete and accurate, if you've connected the front end of your website and your forms with a back-end system like a CRM, if you have implemented at the very least some conversion rate optimization best practices, and you're getting a more advanced on-site strategy that's deeper in keywords based on, really an audit of where you are versus your competitors. If you've done all of that and it's successfully implemented and the machine is running smooth, you're now at the practitioner level. Welcome.